You're destroying your roses with the wrong tools. Today's several levels of rose pruning tools will fix that problem. I just loaded up my entire table with 7 essential pruning tools that'll transform your bushes from disaster to presidential level perfection. Stick around because I'm revealing the exact arsenal professionals use. When you've exhausted Google, binged YouTube, and bought everything from the garden center that they recommended, and your problem still isn't fixed, that's when you need me. Hit like and subscribe now. Right now, what we're going to do is talk about the 7 top types of tools, and I got to tell you, there's actually more than that are necessary for pruning your roses. The first thing you want is the bypass pruners. Bypass pruners are kind of like scissors. When you take and they bypass each other, and you get a cleaner cut, you get a closer cut, you get it right up to where the branch is supposed to be. So the bypass pruner, hands down, is great. And you can cut up to 3/4 of an inch with something like this. But remember that however big that they are, you don't want to take on a branch that's any bigger than that. We have other tools within our arsenal that we're going to do that with. So the bypass design, not the anvil, prevents crushing tissue. A anvil one will just cut it like this. It comes right down. It has a flat surface, and it has a tendency to crush that thing. So don't do that. Now, we want to make sure that we have sharp blades as well. And there are tools that are on the market that you can take and you can just sharpen them very quickly. It looks really good. So, what are the brands that are out there? I'm holding Coronas right now. There's Felco, there's ARS. There's a lot of different types of pruners that are on the market. And what you buy is really important. You want a cheap and cheesy pair over at the dollar store? Yeah, good luck on pruning more than half of a bush with those. Get something that is good. That's so important for this whole concept. The next tool that we want on our arsenal happens to be what we call the heavy lifter, and that would be a pair of loppers. And the loppers need to be at least 12 to 18 inches long. Believe it or not, you'll cut most of your roses with the pair of loppers. They have the long handles. You can cut up to upwards of 1.5 inches thick. You have a lot more strength with your loppers. You have the extended handles. In fact, I have loppers that literally extend down to 24 inches. You just twist them, pull them, and then twist them, and they lock in place. So they're really good for that. The bypass blades are also crucial for those real clean dormant cuts, and that's what's super important for something like this. So make sure that you have a pair like this. Oh, by the way, you can actually get them up to 32 to 48 inches, but like I said, the 18 to 20 inches is probably the best way for do something like that. And use loppers for old established canes at the base, because it's just too hard with the hand loppers because you have to have that strength in your hands. Now, something that we don't actually think about is having a pruning saw. And there are different types of pruning saws that are out there where they'll prune on the pull. That's what they're supposed to do. But some of them are sharp to where they prune on the push as well. You need to get something that has a little bit of a curved blade on it so you can kind of get it down inside. I like these folding ones, and the reason is because you can stick them in your pocket, and they are not designed for cutting construction wood. These are only for trees and for your older growth on your roses. It gets real down inside there, so it's super good for regenerating those really old and neglected roses. Sometimes they're just horribly old growth on them, and you got to get that stuff out. So think about using these, and remember, you want to get the cleanest cut as possible. I don't want you to go anything less than that. So the next thing that we have is, let's see, where do I have them? Oh, there we go. Oh, get them over here. Get a pair of gloves. I like leather gloves, thick leather gloves. They're much more resistant to thorns. There are nitrile gloves, if you could find those. Nitrile gloves, hands down, are the best. They are designed perfectly for four roses, and not only do they cover the front part of your hands, but they'll cover the back part of your hand as well. These kind of roses, these right here are deer gloves that I have right here. The flexibility, absolutely amazing, and you're not going to hurt yourself as much as you would any other place. Again, another great investment. You got to remember, if you take care of these things, they're going to last for absolutely years. Pay the money for the gloves. Super, super important on that, okay? Now, another thing you need to do, and I don't have any right here, is a disinfectant spray. Use a 70% isopropyl alcohol, or no one ever thinks of this one, use Lysol. Lysol, what, kills like 98% of the, or 99% of the diseases? You take it, you spray it on each plant, because it'll prevent spreading canker and viruses and gall. And it's a quick formula that dries really quick. I recently had people at a presidential library. I'm in charge at making sure that everybody's using tools that have been properly cleaned up. And after every bush, they have to spray their plants. That's why the roses look presidential. So it's really a cool thing. So yeah, spray them, and then if you want, you could wipe them off. It's something that we should do. Now, I already showed this earlier here. We have a sharpening stone of sorts. This one is designed specifically for your pruners, to where you could just open them up. And you know, if you're look online for a lot of this stuff, they're going to tell you, oh, you have to take it apart. You don't have to take it apart. You've got tools that are now made for stuff like that. You just go like this after every 15-20 minutes, no more than a half hour. Come back and do this, and it is sharp, and it's going to stay sharp. So touch it up every 30 minutes after pruning. Sharp tools make for dormant pruning effortless. That right there is the hot ticket for that. And the thing that you also have to, oh, and by the way, those things, they're not very expensive. Now, there are some optional tools, but they're very smart. You need to have a trash can nearby. Cut the rose branch, put it in the trash can right away. Then get yourself a rake. Gather everything up. All the fallen leaves need to be removed right away. Don't mess around with that. Cut, clean, and you're gone. And of course, the last thing happens to be safety glasses. Super important for that. I almost poked my eyeball out on a TV show, so we don't want that to happen. And as a little pro tip here, a portable trash can can save your back and keeps your garden tidy as you work. And that is how, and are the tools that you need to keep your plants looking, to keep your roses pruned and looking the way that they're supposed to. It's really important. So there's just a lot of stuff that could be had, but it's super, super simple. It all fits into really a small area, and you're going to use these tools all year round for all of your other pruning efforts as well. So that's what I think is really cool about this kind of stuff. We have our loppers. I have several different pairs of my pruning shears here because, you know, sometimes I feel like using the red-handled one. Other times I want to use the green or the brown one. It doesn't really matter. That, again, get one of these things. This is the, what do you call this? The sharpener. Oh, you know what? WD-40, really important as well. Spritz your tools after the day is over, okay? Wipe them down, spray them down, and then hit them with that Lysol. And that right there, like I said, is really the cat's meow to keeping these things going the way they should be going.